Hello students, in the previous class we discussed the concepts related to normals of parabola. That is, how to find the equation of normal at x1 y1 to the parabola y square equal to 4ax. The equation of normal at x1 y1 to the parabola is y minus y1 is equals to minus y1 by 2a into x minus x1. And the normal at p 80 square comma 2at is what? Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. Suppose the normal at p of t1 to the parabola intersect again on the parabola at q of t2, then we find the result that t2 is equals to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. What is the result? Minus t1 minus 2 by t1. So the normal at p of t1 to the parabola intersect the parabola again at q of t2, then t2 is equals to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. With that help of the result, suppose the normals at p of t1 comma q of t2 to the parabola intersect again on the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, then t1 into t2 is equals to 2. Suppose that point of intersection is 83 square comma 283, then the value is t1 value of t1 plus t2 plus t3 is equals to 0. So we have t1 t2 is equal to 2 is one condition, t1 plus t2 plus t3 equal to 0 is the another condition. Also we discussed the point of intersection of normals at p of t1 comma q of t2. That is what? 2a plus a into t1 square plus t2 square plus t1 t2 comma minus a t1 t2 into t1 plus t2. That is the point of intersection of normals drawn at p of t1 comma q of t2 to the parabola y square is equals to 4ax. Also we discussed the some of the concepts related to some of the properties related to the normals. The length of normal at p of t to the parabola y square is equals to 4ax is what? 4a into 1 plus t square whole to the power of 3 by 2 by t square. By t square. That is length of normal. We mean suppose if you draw a normal at p of t to the parabola, it intersect again on the parabola, then we say that the distance from that point to the another point of intersection is nothing but length of normal. So that length of normal at p of t to the parabola is what? 4a into 1 plus t square whole power 3 by 2 by t square. This is the length of normal. And we discussed, suppose the normal at p x1 y1 to the parabola, that is x1 y1 is say p of t or whatever it may be. If the normal subtend an angle 90 degrees at vertex, then the value of t is equals to plus or minus root 2. So your point x1 y1 is what here? 80 square comma 280. That means if you draw a normal at p of t to the parabola y square equal to 4ax, if that normal chord subtend an angle 90 degrees at vertex, t equal to plus or minus root 2. If the same normal subtend 90 degrees at focus, the value of t is nothing but plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2. So all these concepts discussed in the previous class. Now let us continue the same concepts, extension of the concepts related to the normals of the parabola. In this session, we are going to discuss some of the another properties related to normal and problems related to them. One more thing, we discussed that suppose x1 comma 0 is a point on the axis of the parabola, three normals are drawn from that point to the normal, then the condition is x1 greater than 2a. We discussed at most three normals can be drawn from given point to the parabola. Suppose your point is on the axis, that is x1 comma 0. If x1 greater than 2a, then only we can draw three real and distinct normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax. Dear students, let us continue the class related to the normals. Now, this is the corresponding result, extension of the previous class. See here, if three real and distinct normals are drawn from x1 comma y1 to the parabola y square equal to 4ax, Here this is the point x1 comma y1 which is not on the axis of the parabola. If it is on the axis, y1 must and should be 0. At that time, this is the condition. x1 greater than 2a is enough. Suppose this is the general point in the plane of my parabola y square equal to 4ax. If you want to draw three real and distinct normals from that point to this parabola, only the condition is x1 greater than 2a is one thing and 27ay square is less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube is the another condition. So if you satisfy these two conditions, then only you can draw three real and distinct normals from that point x1 comma y1 to your parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Suppose your point is x1 comma 0, it is enough, x1 greater than 2a. Suppose your point is x1 comma y1 which does not on your axis of the parabola, then the conditions are x1 greater than 2a is one thing, 27ay square is less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube you are going to prove. How to prove this one? Consider the parabola. This is the parabola. x1 y1 is any point in the plane of parabola. This is my point x1 comma y1. Three normals are drawn from that point to the parabola. Suppose these are the three normals drawn from x1 comma y1 to the parabola. That means if you draw tangents at these points, they make angle 90 degrees. That is the concept. At most three normals can be drawn from that point to the parabola. Suppose this is your the type of point x1 comma y1. You have to prove that x1 greater than 2a and 27ay square less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. How to derive this one? What is the equation of your parabola? Y square is equal to 4ax. All of you know the equation of normal at p of t to the parabola. What is the equation of normal at p of t to the parabola? Tx plus y is equals to at cube plus 2at. That means this is any normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax exists at that point at square comma 2at. If this normal passing through my point x1 comma y1, it produces the results what you required. Am I correct or not? Suppose this is the normal passing through x1 comma y1. We mean at square comma 2at is one of the 3 feet of the normals. That is the internal meaning. So substitute x1 comma y1. If it is passing through x1 y1, if it is passing through x1 comma y1, what we obtain? Tx1 plus y1 is equals to at cube plus 2at. That means at cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1 is equal to 0. My dear students, it is cubic equation in t. It has three roots, say t1, t2, t3. These are roots of this cubic equation. Then immediately minus t1, minus t2, minus t3 are the slopes of normals to this parabola through the point x1 comma y1. Because the slope of normal at this point at square comma 2at is what? Minus t. That is why t1, t2, t3 are the roots of this equation. Then minus t1, minus t2, minus t3 are the slopes of what? Normals to the parabola through my point x1 comma y1. That is the condition. So these three roots are real and distinct. Then we obtain three real and distinct normals to the parabola through my point x1 comma y1. That is the condition. So what about the nature of the roots to this equation? These three roots are real and distinct. Suppose the roots of this equation are t1 comma t2 comma t3. These roots must and should be real and distinct. That means if you take it as f of t, this function as f of t, its derivative, what is the derivative? F dash t is equal to 0 must and should have two real and distinct roots. That is the condition. Because it is cubic equation, it has three real and distinct roots. Then the condition that f dash t is equal to 0 has two real and distinct roots, then only we obtain one local minimum, one local maximum. At that time, the graph of at cube plus 2a minus x1 into t plus y1 equal to 0 intersects your x-axis at three real and distinct points. Then only we obtain three real and distinct roots to this one. That means you take f dash t is equal to 0. What is your f dash t, my dears? 3a t square plus 2a minus x1. This is equals to 0. This is your f dash t is equal to 0. When it has two real and distinct roots, then only it has three real and distinct roots. At that time, we can produce three real and distinct normals from that point to your parabola. That is the concept behind this theorem. This is the one and only major trick to solve this theorem or problem. So what about your t square, my dears? T square is nothing but x1 minus 2a by 3a. So what are the roots? T is equals to plus or minus square root of x1 minus 2a by 3a. These two are real and distinct. For first condition is x1 minus 2a must and should be greater than 0. For t equal to 0, we have the point 0 comma 0 is there. This is only the normal at this point, tangent at that vertex. So t is equals to plus or minus square root of x1 minus 2a by 3a. There exist two real and distinct roots. For x1 minus 2a must and should be greater than 0. So if x1 is equal to 2a, what happened? T is equals to 0. Then at that time we have only one root. But we need two real and distinct roots. Therefore, this must and should be greater than 0. This is happening only when x1 minus 2a greater than 0. That means x1 greater than 2a, then the roots of this equation f dash t is equals to 0 produce two real and distinct roots. So the first condition is obtained, my dears. x1 greater than 2a we obtained. Next we have to prove that this one also, then only our job is completed. So your t is equals to what? Plus or minus root of x1 minus 2a by 3. So one root is alpha, then other root is of the form minus alpha. Now see here, this equation, cubic equation at cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1 equal to 0 has three real and distinct roots. The curve may be in this form. This is not parabola. This is the equation. The graph is related to this one, f of t. So why I am writing in this manner? These are the three roots. t1, t2, t3 are the roots of this equation, are real and distinct, happening only in this case or maybe in this case. These are 1, 2, 3 roots. These are real and distinct. That means we have one local minimum and one local maximum. This is local maximum, this is the local minimum. That means f dash x equal to 0 has two real and distinct roots, then only this type of situation will arise to you. Or in this manner, whatever it may be, one local minimum and one local maximum must and should be exist, then only we get the real and distinct roots for that one. My dear students, this is alpha and this is beta, say. What about your f of alpha, f of beta values? F of alpha here greater than 0, f of beta is less than 0. In this case they may be reverse. If it is alpha, if it is beta, f of alpha less than 0 here and f of beta is greater than 0 here. That means the product is what now? F of alpha into f of beta is less than 0. This is the important result you have to observe from the graph itself. What are alpha betas? Alpha and beta are the roots of f dash x is equals to 0. That means here f dash alpha, this is this is f of alpha greater than 0 and f of beta less than 0. What are alpha betas? Alpha comma beta are the roots of f dash t equal to 0. Am I correct or not? So f dash x equal to 0 is at x is equal to x1. That means x1 is either local minimum or local maximum. Okay. That is why I am saying that f of alpha into f of beta must and should be less than 0. That is the condition. From that condition itself we can achieve the result. So what are the roots here? What are alpha beta here? One is alpha and beta is here minus alpha. So the roots are plus or minus root of x minus 2a by 3a. So substitute these roots in your f of t. That means f of t, that is f of t is what? at cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1. Substitute alpha here and minus alpha also. Product them. That result must and should be less than 0. Then only we obtain this condition. Understand? So what are the roots here? Alpha is equals to root of x1 minus 2a by 3a. And minus alpha is equal to minus root of x1 minus 2a by 3a. Now, it is cubic equation. At cube plus 2a minus x1 into t minus y1. Now we are going to substitute alpha minus alpha in that equation and we make their product as less than 0. We obtain the condition. Okay. See here, now f of alpha into f of minus alpha less than 0. Alpha, and finally we substitute that result. First of all, I substitute instead of t by alpha and t by minus alpha, we get a alpha cube plus 2a minus x1 into alpha minus y1 into minus a alpha cube minus 2a minus x1 into alpha minus y1 is less than 0. This is less than 0. Now take minus common. If you remove that minus, the inequality is changed. We mean a alpha cube plus 2a minus x1 into alpha minus y1 into a alpha cube plus 2a minus x1 into alpha plus y1 should be greater than 0. Now my dears, what is of the form? A minus b into a plus b. That means a square minus b square. So a alpha cube plus 2a minus x1 into alpha whole square minus y1 square should be greater than 0. So you can take alpha common, that becomes alpha square when it is coming to the outside. Alpha square into a alpha square plus 2a minus x1 whole square minus y1 square should be greater than 0. So replace alpha by that value. Here alpha square is what now? Alpha square is equal to x1 minus 2a by 3a. Substitute alpha square by x1 minus 2a by 3a here itself, we obtain that result. Understand? What is alpha square? x1 minus 2a by 3a into a alpha square. A times of x1 minus 2a by 3a. Okay, a alpha square plus 2a minus x1 whole square minus y1 square. This is greater than 0. So x1 minus 2a by 3a into a gets cancelled here. x1 minus 2a plus 6a minus 3a by 3 whole square minus y1 square should be greater than 0. So 3 square is 9, 9 3s are 27, x1 minus 2a by 27a into, this is x1, 2a minus x1, this is 6a minus 3x1, it is 3x1, x1 minus 3x1 minus 2x1, this is 4a plus 4a by 3 whole square minus y1 square greater than 0. You can take 2 common, 2 square means 4, 4 into x1 minus 2a whole square. This is also 2a minus x1, or you may write x1 minus 2a whole square. That means x1 minus 2a whole cube 4 times by 27 into a whole cube. 3 square, 3 is also coming outside, that becomes 27 here. 27 times of a into y square, ay square. So we obtain this condition. 27 ay square is less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. Okay, this is 3 square, 3 3s are 9. 9 into 3, 27. It is coming outside. There is only 1 here. This is 2a minus x1 whole square into 4 is there. So x1 minus 2a into 2a minus x1 whole square is nothing but x1 minus 2a whole square. That is x1 minus 2a whole cube by 27 minus y1 square is greater than 0. 4 will be also here. That means 4 times of x1 minus 2a whole square, which is greater than 27 ay square, or 27 ay square is less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. This is the result obtained from this condition. So one and only thing you have to remember, my dear students, when you substitute both the roots in that f of t, that must and should be less than 0. Their product must and should be less than 0. So the basic concept is f of alpha into f of beta must and should be less than 0, where alpha and beta are the roots of f dash x is equal to 0. Roots of f dash x is equals to 0. At that time we get one local minimum and one local maximum. Understand? The points are said to be stationary values. Alpha and beta are stationary values. This is the way to prove this one. Understand? Next one. This is the result. What is that? The condition that the line Lx plus My plus n equal to 0 is normal to the parabola al cube plus 2a lm square plus nm square equal to 0. Before going to do this one, we will discuss something related to the previous one. This is the result. 27 ay square is less than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube is there. At that time we draw 3 real and distinct normals from x1 comma y1 to that parabola. Suppose if it is equal is there, what happened? Suppose 27 ay square is equal to 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube is the condition. What we conclude the result from this one? The conclusion is, out of 3 normals, 2 of them are coincident. Out of the 3 normals, 2 of them are coincident. At that time, we draw only 2 real and distinct normals from that point x1, y1 to the parabola. Suppose 27 ay square is greater than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. In this case, we can draw only one normal drawn from that point to the parabola. What is the condition here? 27 ay square greater than 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. So, x1 greater than 2a, it doesn't indicate 3 real and distinct normals drawn from x1 comma y1 to the parabola. If your y1 is 0, then it is enough. When x1 greater than 2a, we can draw 3 real and distinct normals. But your point is general point in the plane of y square is equal to 4ax. These 3 results must and should be also satisfied. In this case, we draw 3 real and distinct normals. In this case, 2 real and distinct normals. In this case, only one normal drawn from that point x1 comma y1 to your parabola. So, if you want to draw the graph of this curve, 27 ay square equal to 4 times of x minus 2a. Suppose your parabola is in this manner. Now, this is 2a comma 0 lies on the x-axis. Suppose x equal to 2a, y equal to 0, both will be satisfied. So our curve satisfies 2a comma 0. Suppose your point 2a comma 0 is here. If you draw the graph, you will obtain in this manner. The curve is symmetric about x-axis. Because y has square, therefore the curve is symmetric about x-axis. This is the graph. This is the graph of what? 27ay square equal to 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. If you take the region, if you take in this region, we have 3 real and distinct normals. Suppose your point is here, you can draw 3 real and distinct normals to this parabola. Suppose your point is here. Suppose your point is here. Suppose your point is here, you can draw only 2 normals through this point to the parabola. Only 2 normals. That means out of 3, 2 of them are coincident to each other. In this case, we have only 2 normals. Suppose your point is here, you can draw only 1 normal through that point to the parabola. Am I correct or not? So, this region divides into 3 portions. One is right side, other one is left side, and third one is on. So, your parabola is in this manner. Your graph is like this. So, in this portion, we have 3 normals. In this portion, you have only 1 normal. If you take the point on the curve itself, you have only 2 normals. So, this can be taken as the locus of point of intersection of normals to the parabola in which 2 of them are coincident. In which 2 of them are coincident. What is that locus? 27ay square equal to 4 times of x minus 2a whole cube. So, this is the entire story related to the number of normals, number of real and distinct normals through the point to the parabola. Through the point to the parabola. So, this is one of the best concepts to you, my dears. Listen carefully. Okay. Next one. This is the condition. The condition that the line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax. The parabola is here, y square equal to 4ax. Not for all. A cube plus 2a square plus nm square equal to 0. This is the condition. So, what is your parabola equation? Y square is equal to 4ax. This line is normal to that one. The condition is this. Suppose this is the line tangent to the parabola. We discussed that ln is equal to am square is the condition. So, this is my parabola y square is equal to 4ax. This is the axis of the parabola. Okay. This is the line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0. This is the line. It is normal to the parabola. The condition is like this. You are going to prove that. What is the line equation here? Lx plus My plus N equal to 0. My dears, suppose the given line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is normal at P of t to the parabola. Yes, you are the normal, but at some point, that is P of t on the parabola. But what is the equation of normal at P of t to the parabola? Tx plus y equal to at cube plus 2at. So, the normal at that point is what, my dears? Tx plus y is equals to at cube plus 2at. This is equation number 1. And the given line is what? Lx plus My is equal to minus n. This is equation number 2. Now, these two equations represents the same line. Comparing the like coefficients and eliminate t, we obtain the condition. That is the simple concept. So, what is the x coefficient here? T by L is equals to 1 by m is equals to at cube plus 2at by minus n. From these two, we obtain t is equals to L by m. And again equate these two. T gets cancelled. Minus n by L is equals to at square plus 2a. Replace t by L by m here itself, we obtain the required condition. Minus n by L is equals to a times of t square means L square by m square plus 2a implies minus nm square is equal to al cube plus 2alm square, or al cube plus 2alm square plus nm square is equal to 0. This is the condition. So we take that line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is normal at P of t, but we know the equation of normal at P of t is Tx plus Y equal to 80 cube plus 280. Both the lines represent same line, compare like coefficients and eliminate t, we obtain the condition. Or otherwise, you write Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 in the form of Y equal to Mx plus C and apply the condition that C plus 2am plus am cube equal to 0. Already we discussed the equation of normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax in the slope form, that is having slope m is y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube. That means C is what? Minus 2am minus am cube. That is C plus 2am plus am cube equal to 0. Apply the condition after making this equation in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. At that time also we obtain the same condition as al cube plus 2alm square plus nm square equal to 0. Okay. Next one, this is the thing. Question, see here. If the normal to the parabola y square is equals to 4ax at p1 comma 2 meets the parabola again at q, then what are the coordinates of q? Very simple problem. Now, up to now we discussed the concepts related to the normal. Now, let us do the problems related to the concepts which are related to normals. This is the question, problem. The normal to the parabola y square equal to 4ax at that point 1 comma 2 meet the parabola again at q. Then what are the coordinates of q? This is the parabola. This is axis of parabola. For y square is equals to 4x, I think. This is 1 comma 2. 2 square is 4. 4 equal to 4. A is not here. A is 1. Y square is equal to 4x. The point is 1 comma 2. That is clearly one end of the lattice rectum, I think so. This is 1 comma 2. Draw the normal at that point 1 comma 2 to the parabola. This is my normal. Intersect the parabola at this point. You have to find out the coordinates of this q. Understand? So the given point is say 80 square comma 280 is equals to 1 comma 2. That means 280 is equals to 2. Here a is 1, 2 gets cancelled. The value of t is 1. Suppose it intersects at q 80 dash square comma 280 dash. What is the result we have? T dash is equals to minus t minus 2 by t. Suppose the normal at p of t intersect again the parabola at t dash, then t dash is equals to minus t minus 2 by t. So replace t by 1 here, we obtain this is minus 3. So can you write the coordinates or not? 80 dash square comma 280 dash. That is nothing but a means 1 here, t dash square is 9 comma 2 into 1 into minus 3. So the coordinates of the point of intersection of the normal at that point to the parabola is 9 comma minus 6. This is the way. So find the value of t first of all from by equating to the parametric equations, that is 80 square comma 280 parametric point. T, after getting the value of t, write the relation. T dash is equals to minus t minus 2 by t. From that you calculate the value of t dash and substitute here itself. We obtain the point of intersection of the normal drawn at P with the parabola. Okay. 9 comma minus 6 is the extremity of the normal where it meets the parabola again. Next one. This is also a nice question to you. What is that? If the normal at P cuts the axis of parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Normal at P cuts the axis of parabola y square equal to 4ax in G, and S is the focus of the parabola. If SPG is an equilateral triangle, then each side of length is what? So P is any point on the parabola. Normal at that point intersects your axis of the parabola in G, and S is also a point on the axis. SPG forms an equilateral triangle. Then you have to find out the length of each side of that equilateral triangle. So let us try to draw the figure, my dears. This is the parabola. This is my axis of the parabola. P is any point on the parabola. This is P is any point on the parabola. Draw the normal at that point. So suppose the sheet is tangent to the parabola at this point. This is the normal. Okay, this is the normal to the parabola at that point P. It intersects the axis of parabola in G, and S is your focus. If you join S to P, we have one triangle. This is equilateral triangle. They are given to you. These three sides are equal. At that time, we have to find out the length of side of the triangle. So this is equilateral triangle. Suppose the point of P, coordinates of the point P are 80 square comma 280 say. Now what is the slope of normal, my dears, at P of T? Minus T. Slope of normal at P of T to the parabola is what? Minus T. What is the angle here? The triangle is equilateral, so the three angles are 60, 60, 60. When it is 60 degrees, what about this angle? 120 degrees. So this is the line, makes an angle 120 degrees with the positive direction of x-axis. That means the slope of the normal is what? Tan 120. So tan 120 degrees is equals to minus T. Am I correct or not? Slope of normal at T is what? Minus T. But from that figure, that is equal to tan 120 degrees. So minus T is equals to minus root 3. So the value of T is root 3. Once if you have T value, can you find the length of side or not? So this is length of side. SP, that is nothing but focal distance. What is focal distance of 0.80 square comma 280 to the parabola? What is the focal distance? A into 1 plus T square. Because the focal distance is x1 plus A. What is your x1? 80 square plus A. That is A into 1 plus T square. So length of the side is equals to A times of 1 plus T square, that is 3, that is equal to 4A. So what is SP? SP is equals to 4A. SP equal to 4A means all the sides have distances 4A. That means length of the side is 4A to this parabola. So one and only concept behind this problem is you have to identify that one is 120 degrees. If it is 120 degrees, automatically you obtain T value. Just substitute T value here itself, we obtain the length of the side of the triangle. Understand? Next one. The normal at 2 points P and Q of parabola y square is equal to 4ax. So you are drawing the normals at 2 points P and Q of the parabola y square is equals to 4ax. Meet at x1 comma y1 on the parabola. So both the normals drawn at P comma Q to the parabola intersect again on the parabola at x1 comma y1. Then you have to find out PQ square. So the distance from P to Q whole square you have to find out here. How to do this one? This is the parabola. Y square is equal to 4ax. This is the axis of the parabola. Suppose these are the 2 points taken on the parabola. Suppose this is a P and this is a Q. If you want to draw the normals, this is the normal at this point, and at this point the normal is say like this. This is rough diagram to you. These are the two normals intersect again on the parabola. This is normal 1 and this is normal 2 to this parabola drawn at P and Q. Now we have to find out the distance square, PQ square. PQ square means the distance from P to Q whole square you have to find out. This is another point, say R. So this is the question. You have to find out PQ square. The coordinates of the point R are also given to you. What is that? X1 comma Y1. Suppose the coordinates of P and Q are, say, T1, T2. P of T1, Q of T2. That means P 81 square comma 281, Q 82 square comma 282. They intersect on R 83 square comma 283. So the coordinates of P are, say, 81 square comma 281, Q is equals to 82 square comma 282. And their point of intersection R is equals to 83 square comma 283. That is nothing but x1 comma y1. My dears, the normals at P comma Q, that is normals at P of T1 comma Q of T2 intersect again on R of T3. We have two results. T1 into T2 is what? 2. Already we proved in the last class. T1 T2 is equals to 2. Again we have T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0. Okay. T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equals to 0 is one condition. T1 T2 is equals to 2. The normals at T1 comma T2 intersect again on the parabola. Immediately we obtain these two conditions, 1 and 2. With the help of these two conditions, we have to find out the distance square. See here, let us try to find the distance square. PQ square is equals to 81 square minus 82 square whole square plus 281 minus 282 whole square. Okay, you can take a common, that becomes a square into T1 square minus T2 square whole square plus 4a square times of T1 minus T2 whole square. You can take a square into T1 minus T2 whole square common, then you have T1 plus T2 whole square plus 4. You take a square into T1 minus T2 whole square. You can convert this also in terms of T1 plus T2. This is nothing but a square into T1 plus T2 whole square minus 4T1 T2 into minus 2T1 T2, sorry. T1 square plus T2 square plus 2T1 T2, this is 4. Yes, 4. Minus 4T1 T2 plus T1 plus T2 whole square plus 4. Now, what is T1 T2, my dears? T1 T2 is 2. What is T1 plus T2? Minus T3. So, replace the values. We obtain PQ square is equals to a square into T1 plus T2, we mean minus T3 whole square. This is what? T1 T2 is 2, that is minus 8. Into T1 plus T2 whole square means minus T3 square. And then you have plus 4. Okay. This is a square into minus T3 square minus 8 into minus T3 square plus 4. Minus T3 square means it is plus T3 whole square. This is also plus. Minus 1 whole square is nothing but plus. Now, here it is a square. You take 1a to this bracket and multiply another a with this bracket. We obtain 83 square minus 8a into 83 square plus 4a. Am I correct? But what is your 83 square? 83 square is nothing but x1. So the answer is x1 minus 8a into x1 plus 4a. So PQ square is nothing but x1 minus 8a into x1 plus 4a. So minus T3 square is nothing but T3 square minus 8 plus T3 square plus 4. The only step is you have a square is here. You multiply one a with this bracket and another a with that bracket. A into a is nothing but a square. So we are writing a_t3 square in terms of x. Then only we obtain the result. We don't have t1, t2, t3 here. So your result must and should be carried out in terms of x1, y1. That is why only one trick we are applying here. So PQ square is x1 minus 8a into x1 plus 4a. To crack this one, you have to identify these two results. What are the two results? T1 plus T2 plus T3 is 0 and T1, T2 is 2 here. Understand? Next one. This is the question. It is also same model related to above. If the normals at a comma b on the parabola y square equal to 4ax intersect again on the curve. The normals to the parabola a and b intersect the curve again on that one. That is parabola y square equal to 4ax. You have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB. In the previous class, we find AB square. Here they are asking midpoint of AB, locus of midpoint of AB. So if you take a pair of points on the parabola, draw the normals at those points. If their point of intersection lies on the parabola itself, you have to collect the midpoint of that chord. So there exist so many chords to that parabola, such a manner, then you collect all such type of midpoints, you get some locus. That is you are going to find out here. Suppose this is the parabola. These are the 2 points on the parabola. If you draw the normals at these points, this is the one of the normal, this is the another normal. These 3 normals intersect again on the parabola as shown in this figure. You have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB. This is M. In the previous problem, we find AB square. Here we have to find out the locus of midpoint of AB here. So in the same manner, the coordinates of T are 81 square comma 282 say, the coordinates of B are 82 square comma 282 say. The midpoint is x1 comma y1. You are going to find out the locus of M. So x1 y1 is nothing but x1 comma y1 is equals to midpoint of AB. Midpoint of AB, that is equals to, what is that? A into T1 square plus T2 square by 2 comma 2A into T1 plus T2 by 2. 2 gets cancelled here. So what is x1? What is x1? A times of T1 square plus T2 square by 2. What is your y1? A times of T1 plus T2. We have to eliminate T1 and T2. My dears, normals at T1 comma T2 intersect again on the parabola. We have two conditions. T1 T2 is equals to 2, and suppose this point of intersection is T3, that is R of T3, then you have T1 plus T2 plus T3 equal to 0. That is the second condition you have to use here. Now x1, 2x1 by a is nothing but T1 plus T2 whole square minus 2 times of T1 T2. Am I correct or not? A plus b whole square minus 2ab is nothing but a square plus b square. You have T1 plus T2 value, substitute here itself, and again substitute T1 T2 by 2, we obtain the condition. 2x1 by a, no need to use that formula. T1 plus T2 plus T3 equal to 0. From here itself we obtain that one. What is T1 plus T2? That is y1 by a. y1 by a whole square minus 2 2s are 4. So 2x1 by a is equal to y1 square minus 4a by a square. A gets cancelled. Implies y1 square minus 4a is equals to 2ax1. Implies y1 square is equal to 2a into x plus 2. That is 2 times of 4a square y1 square is equals to, it is 4a square here itself. This is 4a square, 4a square. This is 2a. y1 square is equal to 2a times of x plus 2a. So the locus of x1, y1 is what? Y square is equals to 2a into x plus 2a. This is also another parabola with vertex at minus 2a comma 0 and length of lateral rectum is half, that is 2a. So in this manner we can crack the locus of midpoint of chord AB, where the normals at A and B intersect again on the parabola here. So we use the condition, that is T1 T2 is equal to 2 here itself. From that you can write the locus as y square is equal to 2a into x plus 2a. Okay. Next question. If the normal subtend right angle at the focus of the parabola y square is equal to 4ax, then its length is what? Normal to the parabola subtend right angle at the focus. Already we discussed that the condition that the normal at any point subtend 90 degrees at focus, the value of t is plus or minus 2. The value of t is plus or minus 2. If it is at vertex, the value of t is plus or minus root 2. And moreover, we have the length of the normal chord is, what is that? 4a into 1 plus t square whole to the power of 3 by 2 by t square. Just replace t by 2, we obtain the length of normal. That is 4a into 1 plus t square is nothing but 4 whole to the power of 3 by 2 by t square is 4. 4 gets cancelled. A into 5 root 5. So the answer is 5a root 5. This is the length of normal at P of t to the parabola that subtend 90 degrees at focus. If it subtend 90 degrees at focus, the value of t is plus or minus 2. You have to remember. This one is also you have to remember. Length of the normal at any point P of t to the parabola is 4a into 1 plus t square whole to the power of 3 by 2 by t square. Understand? And the next one is a variable chord PQ of parabola y square equal to 4ax drawn parallel to y equal to x. Drawn parallel to y equal to x. Then the locus of point of intersection of normals at P and Q is what? A variable chord PQ is drawn to the parabola y square equal to 4ax. That is the line parallel to what? Y is equal to x. So these are the coordinate axis. This is my parabola. Y equal to x is the line, like that. Y equal to x is the line. We are drawing lines parallel to this line y equal to x. Suppose this is a line parallel to this one. It intersects the parabola at P and Q. We have to draw the normals at these points. Suppose these normals intersect at this point, we have to find out the locus. So how many pair of lines can we draw to this line y is equal to x? You can draw infinite number of chords. For every chord there exist two extremities. At those extremities you have to draw the normals to this parabola. They intersect at different points. You have to collect all those points. You get some locus. That is you are going to find out here. Understand? Suppose the coordinates of P and Q are 81 square comma 282 and 82 square comma 282 say. Now what is slope of PQ? Slope of PQ is equals to 2 by T1 plus T2. Slope of PQ equal to 2 by T1 plus T2. This is equal to 1. Am I correct or not? What is the slope of y equal to x? 1. The lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. Immediately we obtain the condition T1 plus T2 is equals to 2. This is the condition. Now, all of you know that the point of intersection of normals at P of T1 and Q of T2 to the parabola y square equal to 4ax. Suppose this is the point x1 comma y1. What about x1 y1, my dears? x1 comma y1 is equals to 2a plus a times of t1 square plus t2 square plus t1 t2 comma minus a t1 t2 into t1 plus t2. These are the coordinates of the point of intersection of normal set P and Q to the parabola. With the help of this result t1 plus t2 is equal to 2, we have to eliminate t1 t2 from itself, we get the required locus. Let us try to eliminate that one. x1 is equal to 2a plus a times of, this can be written as t1 plus t2 whole square minus 2t1 t2, again plus t1 t2 is there, minus t1 t2, and y1 is equals to minus a t1 t2 times of t1 plus t2. What is our t1 plus t2? 2. You have to write here 2 itself, that is minus 2a times of t1 t2. Therefore t1 t2 is equals to minus y1 by 2a. t1 t2 is what? Minus y1 by 2a. Substitute t1 t2 is equals to 2 and t1 t2 is equal to minus y1 by a. Here itself we get the required locus. So x1 minus 2a, x1 minus 2a is equal to a times of, what is our t1 plus t2? 2. 2 square means 4 minus, what is our t1 t2? Minus y1 by 2a, minus of minus plus y1 by 2a. So x1 minus 2a is equal to 4a plus y1 by 2. So multiply with a, 4a, a gets cancelled, y1 by 2. So cross multiplying we get 2x1, y1 is there, 2x1 minus 4a is equals to, that is 8a plus y1. So what is the final step? 2x1 minus y1 minus 12a is equals to 0. 2x1 minus y1 minus 12a equal to 0, r is equals to 12a. Therefore the locus of x1 y1 is 2x minus y is equals to 12a. So locus of x1 y1 is 2x minus y is equals to 12a. So the only concept is you have to equate their slopes. We obtain condition t1 plus t2 is equal to. Also you have to remember the point of intersection of the normal set t1 t2. x1 comma y1 is your point of intersection, that is nothing but 2a plus a times of t1 square plus t2 square plus t1 t2 comma minus a times of t1 t2 into t1 plus t2. t1 plus t2 is 2 here itself. From that y coordinate itself we have to find out the t1 t2 as minus y1 by 2a. Also we have t1 plus t2 is equal to, substitute both the values in x coordinate itself, we have to eliminate the t1 and t2's, and then we obtain the locus as 2x minus y is equals to 12a. Okay. And this is the question. For the parabola y square is equal to 8x, tangent and normal are drawn at P 2, 4, which meets the axis of parabola in A and B. Then the length of the diameter of the circle through APB is what? We have to find out the length of the diameter of the circle through APB is what? That is the question. See here, y square is equal to 8x is the parabola. This is the parabola, y square is equal to 8x. P is the point 2, 4. This is a comma 2a type, so it may be one end of the lattice rectum, whatever it may be. These are the coordinates of P 2, 4. Tangent and normal drawn at this point P to the parabola. Suppose this is the tangent which is drawn at P to the parabola, and it is normal drawn at the same point to the parabola. It meets the axis of the parabola at what? A and B. Now the circle described on APB as diameter, this is the circle. What we are going to find out? then you are going to find out the length of the diameter of the circle. My dears, what is the angle? Angle between tangent and normal? Always 90 degrees. So, we know that the angle in semicircle is 90 degrees. Therefore, the length of the diameter is AB. Length of the diameter of circle is nothing but AB. So, we have to find out the coordinates of A and B, and we can easily find the distance. Moreover, we can prove that SA is equal to SB, PA is equals to PB is equal to SP also. S is the focus of the parabola. We can prove that SA is equal to SP is equals to SB. Just within 2 minutes we can prove this one. The coordinates of P are what? 80 square comma 280. What is the tangent at T? YT is equal to x plus 80 square. So, solve with x-axis. What is the equation of x-axis? Y equal to 0. Put y equal to 0, what happened? X is equals to minus 80 square. The coordinates of A are minus 80 square comma 0. What is the normal at T? Tx plus y is equals to 80 cube plus 280. Again put y is equal to 0 here itself. The coordinates of x value is what? 80 square plus 2a. The coordinates of B are 80 square plus 2a comma 0. 80 square plus 2a comma 0. What are the coordinates of S? A comma 0. P is what? 80 square comma 280. What is SP? Focal distance. SP is equals to x1 plus a, that is 80 square plus a, that is nothing but a into 1 plus t square. SP. My dears, what is PA? PA is also nothing but a times of 1 plus t square. This is the distance from minus 80 square comma 0 to 80 square comma 280. That is also a into 1 plus t square. SP is equals to SP is equal to SA. SP is a into 1 plus t square. SA is what now? SA, it is also a into 1 plus t square. And SB is also a into 1 plus t square. 80 square plus 2a minus a, that is also a into 1 plus t square. So we have SP is equal to SA is equal to SB. SA is also 1 plus t square. SB is also a into 1 plus t square. This is different. AP and PB are different values. From this result, SP is equal to SA is equal to SB we obtain. The required length is what? AB. You have to find out the value of AB. This is nothing but 2 times of SP or not? SP, SA and SB are the radii of the circle. Therefore, your AB is nothing but 2 times of SP. That is nothing but 2 times of a into 1 plus t square. That is 2a times of 1 plus t square. Or you may directly find out the distance from here to here itself. No problem. But we are giving the result to you. 2a times of 1 plus t square. What is a from that equation? Y square equal to 8x itself 2. That is 2 into 1 plus t square. What is the value of t here? The point is 2 comma 4. 2at is equal to 4. Your parabola is y square equal to 8x. 2 2s are 4, 4 gets cancelled. The value of t is 1. So substitute t equal to 1 here itself. So 2 2s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So the answer is 8 units. 2 into 2 into 2. So length of AB is 8 units. So what are the things you have to remember? SA is equal to SB is equal to SP, where A and B are the point of intersections of tangent and normal at P to the parabola. That is one thing. Also, you have to equate 280 to 4. 80 square comma 280 is 2 comma 4. From that you calculate the value of t and substitute here itself. And moreover, angle in semicircle is 90 degrees, and all of you know that the angle between tangent and normal is always 90 degrees. With the help of these concepts, we can calculate the length of AB as 8 units. Understand? The only thing is you have to remember very, very important result. What is that? SP is equals to SA is equal to SB. P is any point, S is focus, and B are the points of intersections of tangent and normal at P to the parabola. Okay, thank you very much.